afternoon. Time goes so fast. We're already at the last panel. And this is the last hurdle to go through before we have some drinks. Let's enjoy this panel. But before we do that, I want to make an announcement. We have a very nice Globe award for all of the sponsors. We also have certificate for partners, supporters, and media sponsors. There was Ping Johnson. Ping, are you here?
She's outside.
Okay, she's outside in the pre-function area. And I want to tell you that so far we still have these organizations that have not picked up their award from us. China Research Center, Confucius Institute at KSU, FOB Synthesis, Georgia Asian Times, Georgia-China Alliance, Georgia State University Cyber, Global Atlanta, HSBC Bank, IHI Immigration, NRI Pulse, the Japan American Society of Georgia, Korea Daily, World Journal, Deloitte, KSU University College, Institute of Global Initiative, KSU College of the Arts. For the KSU colleges, we'll just take them home. But other companies, please pick them up. Thank you so much. Next, we have a very exciting panel on technology and innovation trends in Asia. And we have 3 presidents and CEOs here from 3 Asian companies, plus a scholar traveling to Sao Paulo yesterday just for this conference from India. This panel is sponsored by AT&T, and the moderator is a KSU Asian Studies Advisory Board member, Ms. Shelley Riera, Director of Marketing for AT&T. I would like to invite her to introduce her outstanding speakers. Thank you.
Welcome everybody. We hope you've had a wonderful day here today. I think there's been a lot of really interesting presentations, and we're excited to kick off the last pre-drink panel. So collectively on the stage, we're going to try to make it exciting now. Anyway, we've got over 85 years of experience up here, and just a lot of people that have just a tremendous value and really lead the industry and the global and technology trends. We're going to start off today with Mr. Sandeep Dadlani, and he comes to us. He's the Vice President and Head of Americas for Retail, CPG and the Logistics Unit of Infosys. He also heads up a very small team of about 8,000 members, just kidding, and in the US, India, China, and Singapore for this unit. He is the executive sponsor for Infosys initiatives in the areas of digital, shopper marketing, mobile marketing, and sustainability offerings. One of the things that he also really enjoys and is proud of is he's an advisory board member at KSU and Georgia Tech. He also teaches frequently at those schools, as well as he works with the World Economic Forum, Global Agenda Council for Values and Ethics. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Sandeep to go ahead and begin his presentation.
Thank you. Good afternoon. One more time, let's try that. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Now it looks like it's a full audience. Thank you for spending your Friday afternoon with us. Appreciate it. First of all, I'd like to congratulate Megha and Rivka and team for setting up a great day today. Wasn't it great? Second of all, as I was walking up, I just checked Twitter on Sao Paulo, and I found a whole bunch of tweets. Who's handling the Twitter feed here for Sao Paulo? There you go, great team there for Twitter. We're live on social media, and that's what matters. All right, trends of global technology and innovation. Today we'll do something exciting. We'll make this Friday afternoon fun. We'll talk about innovation. We'll show you innovation. And if I can make a video work in the end, we're going to show you a launch of a mobile phone, which we will launch here today, this afternoon. For the first time, Infosys will launch it. It's a mobile phone you would have never used ever before. This is sponsored by AT&T, clearly, so you'll see that live here. AT&T doesn't know about it yet, but we'll see. Quick introduction to Infosys. We're about a $7.5 billion company, about 155,000 people, about 33 countries where we are present. We have a big presence in Atlanta as well. The one thing we're proud about is we are among the world's top 20 most innovative companies. That's what Forbes thinks, and we will take that. If you look at the other companies on that list, you're ranked a little above Starbucks, Google, Apple, etc. And in Atlanta, we recently made a big announcement. Thank you to Jorge from the Metro Atlanta Chamber of Commerce and the COP Chamber of Commerce. We announced a huge expansion of 200 plus jobs this year. We have a big office expansion at the Vinewood Parkway location. And another one is the acquisition we recently made of McCamish, also in Atlanta. Atlanta is a Southeast hub, and we're very proud to be in Atlanta. So thank you, Atlanta, for that. With that introduction, I will move on to innovation, and that too, we will pick India as a source of innovation. 70% of our business comes from the United States. But every time I go back to India and look at the part of our business that works with Indian customers, it just dazzles my mind. The things we learn there, we come back and apply here. So I'm going to give you some examples of that. How many of you have shopped in a store like this in your life? Few of you, actually many of you, even it looks like even Americans who've lived here, grown up here, have shopped in a store like this, maybe in your visits to emerging markets. You have as well, Dr. Dow, that's great. That store probably has half the SKUs of a Walmart. I mean, really, it has a lot of stuff filled into a small store. You can buy anything there, just like you do in a Walmart, almost anything. The worst case is he'll go to the next store and get it for you. And he'll get anything for you. What is the most expensive device in that store? What do you think is the most expensive piece of equipment? It can't be the eggs. The laptop? Well, the video surveillance? That's right. No, the laptop is very inexpensive. In fact, the make is so cheap that it's probably about $150, that laptop. That swiping machine is something given to him. That cooler back there, which probably stores some chocolates, maybe some frozen items. That is about $200. That's how expensive it is. And this is a chocolate manufacturer. And what this chocolate manufacturer did is went and installed 60,000 of such devices in Indian stores, mostly hole-in-the-wall stores like that. And 60,000 devices, $200 each. They said, great, we're going to start selling chocolates. It's going to be in front of the store. It's going to be, chocolates will be at 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, and it's going to sell like hotcakes. And they did. Except that when the sales guys went back to the store and checked, those devices were sometimes not there, or they were in the back, or they were unplugged because they took up too much electricity, and so on. This company has a plan to roll out another 150,000 devices like this to a number of stores in India. There are more than, maybe 7 million plus outlets that they want to penetrate, small outlets, hole-in-the-wall stores. How do they track these devices? That's an investment of $400 million. How do you track assets worth $400 million? What happens if this store owner decides to unplug the device and provides melted chocolate to a 6-year-old who then eats it, gets some kind of gastro disease, files a lawsuit on this, a global brand of chocolates in the world, and that's just not controllable. You cannot control it. And there are going to be millions of consumers in India. Well, we decided to install a small sensor, relatively inexpensive sensor, which measures the temperature, measures relative humidity inside the refrigerator or the cooler, and relative humidity immediately gives you what kind of items are stored in it, and connected it to a GPRS cell phone GPRS device, which frankly tracks where these devices are at any point in time all over India. Lo and behold, you have a solution to track hundreds of thousands of coolers all over India. Very inexpensive, extremely innovative. If the same thing had to be done here in the US, it would be done very differently. Having learned this there, now we are implementing similar programs here in the US. A great example of almost cheap. Cheap is good, right? Is cheap good? Cheap is great. cheap, inexpensive innovation in India due to the unique characteristics of that market, invented there and being brought back here to the US. Well, let's take another consumer goods company. They wanted to get to their next billion consumers who, probably shop at retail outlets that this CPG company doesn't go after. This is Procter & Gamble. The thing they found out is that most of their markets, especially in India and other markets, they have to go through distributors where they have to frankly sell different kind of SKUs. In India, P&G sells those $1 Pantene shampoos, if you've seen the sachets. And that's how they're going to penetrate their next few markets. Except that they never knew what the distributor was selling, what was exactly getting pushed. They just used to get an order from the distributor and that's it. And the distributor used to handle the last mile with the millions of stores. We put together a simple solution, a very simple solution where the distributor would either fax. Remember fax? How many of you have seen a fax machine? Remember one? Yeah. No, so distributor would either fax or send a floppy or send a flat file printout to a central location, which would just amalgamate that distributor data on sales, shipments, inventory, produce it to Procter & Gamble here, and they would say, hey, you're not selling these kind of SKUs, you can sell this one better, you can sell that one better, and so on. And they would have control over the last mile. There, then they would get reports on how is my outlet sales doing against plan, what is the service level to the outlets, is my product launch complete, etc. This is how P&G handles 60% now of their net new sales in all emerging markets. Through this platform, again, an innovation which would never be possible here. Here, we would put an SAP or a large ERP system. That would mean hundreds of millions of dollars, 5 years, etc. This is a rather inexpensive solution that has created this kind of results, 8 to 10% improvement in case fill rates, which is basically sales. And look at what the CEO of P&G has to say about this solution. He really feels this is innovative. He presented this in the McKinsey quarterly. Another example of great innovation. Now we are working with these companies and retailers in the US for similar inexpensive solutions that are scalable without the large cost and timeline associated with it. Finally, I'll show you a small video of the phone I proposed that we will launch here today. This video is about an actual retail store, real retail in India, and how the store owner goes through all kinds of inefficiencies through some simple technological innovations. Can we have the video, please?
Sandeep, just a question. Is there sound on the video?
Yeah.
We're not picking it up, so...
That's fine. I'll play the music myself. No, I'll do the voiceover. That's perfectly fine. The sound. See?
Meet Ganesh. He's a sales executive with a CPG distributor. Ganesh starts his day by logging into the Trade Edge SFA application. By looking at the route plan page, he gets to know his agenda for the day. Ganesh reaches his first store for the day. He conducts a quick store survey and records competitor activity details. Store orders are now automated through image recognition features. Share of shelf is automatically computed. Based on the image, he gets specific inputs for merchandising. He knows he has to correct the primary shelf placement for a newly launched product. Ganesh informs the store manager about shelf inventory status and suggests an order. The manager approves and Ganesh submits the request. Ganesh has completed the store call efficiently thanks to Trade Edge SFA application. Every 5 minutes saved per sales visit will add up to several man years freed up for large sales organization every day. But there are millions of stores that are not covered by sales executives. Vijay has run out of chocolates at his store, but he is not worried. He immediately places an order for a fresh stock of chocolates through Trade Edge Virtual Store Connect service. All he has to do is send an SMS. In no time, he receives a confirmation for his order. Vijay's order is tracked instantly by the distributor staff through Trade Edge DMS. Trade Edge DMS provides instant visibility of orders captured by Trade Edge SFA and Trade Edge Store Connect. They immediately print an invoice, and the box of chocolates is delivered to Vijay. Trade Edge, powering your growth in emerging markets.
I have only one question for you. How many of you use such a phone? That phone that you saw, have you seen a dirtier phone ever? Well, it is phones like that that drive true innovation, and frankly, that's the kind of technology that we're bringing back here. In summary, reverse innovation is live and active. What we discover in emerging markets like India is something that can be scaled better in developed markets here. Thank you very much.